Hi everyone, James here from Manage Flitter. I'm one of the co-founders. I'm just going to introduce you to a brand new version of the UI that we've just rolled out. I just want to introduce you to a few of the features and just walk you through a bit of the product so you can get an idea of some of the new things in the store. So as usual, the homepage is still the same as our most recent update. And you can see as soon as I log in, the UI is very similar to the homepage now. And hopefully you'll find it a lot cleaner and simpler. Our old UI, we'd kind of had it for about 2 years now, and we just kept on adding new features to it, and we thought it was time for a change to bring a bit of a refresh in. So you can see here we've now got the top menu up here with all of the core functions. We've got a nice bit of white space at the top to give it a bit more breathing room, and we've got the usual title up here of the number of people showing on the filter you've got on this page. On the left here you've got all of your usual filters. You've got stuff like not following you back, no profile image. There's a few new features in here. So we've got fake followings. These are fake accounts who I follow. And for pro users down the bottom, we actually have fake followers. So these show people who are fake, who are following you. And here I can show you a few new things in the UI. So for example, I can select a whole bunch of these people at once. All I did there was I just dragged and selected across in one go. And we now have this whole new feature over here on the right, which is force unfollow you, which has often been requested. So this is pro accounts only, but you can see I can click this here, and I'm now forcing these people to unfollow me. And so this is a great way if you've got a whole bunch of fake followers you want to get rid of on Twitter. We've introduced this metric here. You can see here on the right that it's ordering by spam score. This is because we have a new metric which allows us to order everybody by the likelihood that they're a spammer or a fake account. If I go to everyone you follow, I can also do spam score as well, so I can see everybody who I follow who's a potential spammer. I've got this entire list down here. Some of the new features are, we've obviously changed this UI, so we've now got the fast select over here. So you can still continue to select across this section here, just like you can select across the bottom. So I can click either way as usual, and it syncs across both. We've also got this new display tab. This new display tab is here to give us a bit more additional functionality. The first brand new thing you might notice here is this density option. So I'm just going to deselect everybody. And you can see as I change this option, the users down the bottom changes. So I've changed this new view, which basically just shows you a very quick overview of the accounts and what you're ordering by. So I could, for example, order by the number of followers. So here I'm showing everybody who I follow, come up as Zach, ordered by their followers. And so you can see here it's Lady Gaga at the top, Britney Spears, Twitter. As you can see, I have I quite like my my pop stars up here. Other than that, so there are some options here. I can exclude verified accounts. So I see this list update very quickly. So obviously those top accounts that were verified get removed. It's quite useful if you don't want to unfollow those people. You can also exclude protected accounts. I've had some requests for that. Protected accounts. It's useful to exclude them either when you're following or unfollowing. Because it's quite a good metric that they're closely associated with you. There's some other things here. This is a pro account only feature. Here you can exclude people who followed in the past recent number of days. It's quite useful when you're sort of trying to follow then unfollow back. You don't want to sort of go and be refollowing the same people quite frequently. We often have this requested of us. And yeah, these are a lot of the core functions. So we've got the new blocking feature over here. We've got the new fake followers and fake following. Obviously got the new UI. So everything's a lot cleaner. And we've got all these new density options. The last one here is this table view, and so you can actually see everybody based on the filters, but in a table instead. So we're still continuing to iterate on this. So please send us some feedback and let us know what you think. Before I go, I'm just going to show you some other features. Actually, I'm just going to log into a non-pro account. So So this is a non-pro account, so you can see here it's a bit cleaner. We've got these options down the bottom here, but it doesn't actually enable you to do them. The follow tab, you can actually now see the options, but of course if you're not pro, you can't actually use them. Search, the account search is still enabled for free users, and we've got all the new additional options as well, which you can include, and new ordering and fast select, all that kind of stuff all works on the account search. But for non-pro users, we have this brand new feature which has been enabled for pro users for a while, but we're enabling it today for the first time for non-pro users, and that's PowerPost. So what PowerPost lets you do is it lets you schedule tweets at the optimal time for a certain number of people. So for example here, when I've logged in, it's detected that I'm in Australia, and it's showing the graph of when people in Australia are most likely to be online. And so I can expand this out over a week, and so I can see during the week the time that most people are likely to be online. My time is about 1 PM Tuesday, and on Wednesday as well, lunchtime. I can go and add some more additional data into the timeline. So I might want to find out when people in, say, New York are on Twitter. And so you can see they've got a quite different schedule to when people in Australia are on Twitter. I'm just going to remove this one. And so you can see relative to my time, right now, up until about 2 PM is still a good time, but then it dramatically decreases up until about 4 AM to 3 AM. And so if I wanted to reach people in New York, obviously I don't really want to be online at that time, but using PowerPost, I can do this. And so it's detected that the optimal time for me to send it is 3 AM Friday. I'm just going to schedule this tweet, and there we go. It's scheduled down the bottom here. So free accounts can schedule tweets every 24 hours within each 24-hour period. Pro accounts is unlimited. There's a bunch of other things you can add to the timeline. Quite a useful one is this when all your followers on Twitter. That's a pro-only feature because that requires data on your followers, which is only available to pro accounts. But the free accounts do have this other one here, which is when the people you follow are on Twitter. And you can see here, it's bringing up this graph of people I follow. I can take a look at this explain thing, and it's showing me the distribution of those people across the world. And yeah, that's a quick overview of a few of the new features on Managed Flitter. Please let us know what you think. Please send us a tweet or support request if you've got any feedback. And yeah, we'd love to hear about any other features or ideas for how we can keep improving the product. Thanks, guys.